Good morning. I'm Mark Shelley, and I will be serving as your Master of Ceremony today. On behalf of Columbia College, I would like to welcome you to the Fall 2025 Commencement Ceremony. We have 225 remarkable students with us today who have met the requirements for graduation. We are all extremely delighted and proud of their accomplishments and all that they have achieved during their time at Columbia College. At this time, I would ask that you please stand for the procession of graduates, faculty, administrative staff, Board of Trustees, and the platform party. Once everyone is processed in, please remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by Reverend Sharendria Robinson, Columbia College's chaplain and director of spiritual life. First, we have our graduates, led by Dr. Mary John Barano. Next, Faculty Chair Dr. Marla Sanders leads the graduate program directors, faculty, and administrative staff. Following the faculty are the esteemed members of Columbia College's Board of Trustees. And finally, we have our platform party. Reverend Sharendria Robinson, chaplain. Dr. Kristen Wilson, president of the Alumni Association. Dr. Jeff Bowe, interim provost. Mr. Tim Arnold, chair of Columbia College's Board of Trustees. The Honorable Henry McMaster, commencement speaker. And Dr. John Dozier, president of Columbia College.
If you bow your heads and close your eyes, let us pray. Gracious and eternal God, we gather today with hearts full of gratitude as we celebrate the Columbia College class of 2025. Thank you for guiding these graduates through every challenge, victory, lesson, and late-night study session that brought them to this moment. Thank you for the families, mentors, faculty, and friends and staff who have supported, encouraged, and believed in them along the way. As they prepare to step into new chapters, some certain, some unknown, we ask you for your wisdom to lead them, your courage to strengthen them, and your peace to sustain them. Grant them clarity of purpose, compassion for others, and a steadfast commitment to justice, service, and truth. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Please be seated and enjoy the musical selection presented by members of the Columbia College Choir, accompanied by Ms. Aletha Jacobs.
I have the distinct pleasure of introducing to you the chairman of Columbia College's Board of Trustees, Mr. Tim Arnold. Mr. Arnold is the CEO at Colonial Life. He will now come forward and offer his welcome and introduce our esteemed commencement speaker.
Good morning. It's a great day, isn't it? December 17, 2025 is a day that our graduates, I believe, will look back on someday and realize it was one of the most consequential days of your life. I received my undergraduate degree 40 years ago, and I didn't know it at the time, but that degree opened doors and opportunities for me that never would have been possible without the benefit of a high-quality education. And I think our graduates today will look back and understand the same at some point. I understand we have a couple of Colonial Life people in the house graduating today. Congratulations to you as well. It's awesome. So on behalf of our Board of Trustees, I'm thrilled to welcome you to today's commencement. We are gathered today to celebrate our graduates and their accomplishments, the journey that's brought them to this point, and most importantly, today's graduation. We're grateful to each of you for being a vital part of the Columbia College community, and we're proud of you for reaching this point. We're excited for you and for the contributions that you will make to better the lives of your friends and family, to strengthen our community, and to better our society over the course of your life. To the family and friends, Columbia College faculty and staff who've helped each of our graduates on their journey to today's commencement, thank you for building an amazing community of support. Congratulations to each of you upon your graduation. We are so glad that you chose Columbia College, and we're honored to be a part of your life. It is now my privilege to introduce today's commencement speaker. How many colleges across the United States of America can say that the commencement speaker was the governor of the state? We're very, very fortunate to have Governor McMaster here. He's a longtime public servant of South Carolina. He received a bachelor's degree in history from the University of South Carolina and a Juris Doctorate from the University of South Carolina School of Law. He was admitted to the Richland County Bar Association and served in the United States Army Reserves. Upon graduation from law school, he was a legislative assistant to U.S. Senator Strom Thurmond in Washington, D.C., and joined the firm of Tompkins and McMaster in 1974. He was later admitted to practice before the United States District Court, the U.S. Court of Claims, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit, and the Supreme Court of the United States. Governor McMaster practiced law for over 40 years as a federal and state prosecutor and in private practice in both state and federal courts. He was elected Attorney General of South Carolina in 2002 and re-elected in 2006. As Attorney General, Governor McMaster made prosecution of criminal domestic violence a priority and led a crackdown on child internet predators. He extended the South Carolina grand jury's jurisdiction to environmental and gang crimes and broadened its authority to include securities crimes as well. Governor McMaster was elected Lieutenant Governor in 2014, and as Lieutenant Governor, he led efforts to protect our state's growing senior citizen population with social, economic, and health support services which earned national recognition from the AARP. Governor McMaster was sworn in as governor in January 2017 following then-Governor Nikki Haley's appointment as a United States ambassador to the United Nations. He was elected to a full term as governor in November 18 and re-elected in November of 2022. During that period of time, Governor McMaster has overseen an economy that is strong and vibrant, adding almost 100,000 people to the economy's workforce and creating over $50 billion, with that B, dollars of investment in South Carolina. He served on the Palmetto Health Foundation Board and is the recipient of the Order of Palmetto, the state's highest civilian honor awarded to citizens of South Carolina for extraordinary lifetime service and achievements of national and statewide significance. He was previously named Public Servant of the Year by the Sierra Club and National Law Enforcement Officer of the Year by the Humane Society of the United States. Governor McMaster and his wife Peggy have 2 adult children and 4 grandchildren. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to the podium our governor, the Honorable Henry McMaster.
Thank you, Chairman Arnold, Dr. Dozier, faculty, staff, ladies, gentlemen, graduates, parents. I'm delighted to be here. I've also have my favorite wife, Peggy, is here with me today. Peggy, stand up, raise your hand, girl. She's sitting by Victoria Dozier. There you go, right there. Regardless of your political persuasion, I think you'll like this. I was on the way up to the Republican. I'm a Republican, so I was going to the Republican convention in 2016, and I called back to Peggy to give a progress report. I said, Peggy, this is really something. Here I am in Cleveland, Ohio, getting ready to nominate Donald Trump for president of the United States. Did you ever see that in your wildest dream, your husband doing that? She said, boy, I hate to tell you, I've never seen you in any of my wildest dreams. I'm happy to be here, and I've been thinking about what I ought to say. And I do have something I want to tell you. I've listened to a lot of commencement speeches over the years, and delivered a few myself. And I've heard some good speeches and some long speeches, but I don't think I've ever heard a good long speech. So I have a few minutes, but I do want to tell you. I think I know what you want to hear. I think you want to know about you, what's going to happen to you. And I think I can give you some ideas. As I've looked at you and watched you from sitting here and walking in, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen youthful happiness. I've seen signs of friendship. I've seen excitement, maybe a headache or two, I can't quite tell. A little bit of disbelief, relief, and disbelief mostly by some of the parents. But I also see an abundance of talent, of spirit, of ambition, of energy, and confidence. And I see the future of our country, and I like what I see. There are other times I see this youthful future of our country, and it's at Boys State and Girls State. Some of you may have been there. Those are seniors in high school that are chosen by, I think, the faculty as leaders to go to learn about the government and spend time at the State House. Every time I go there, there are maybe 800 young people, younger than you a little, but they're on their way, and they're going to be leaders. And in these troubled times that we have in our country and around the world, it's a delight to see that confidence and that leadership ability. And so that's what I'm especially looking for here today. I'm looking for leaders. I want to see future leaders. I want to see current leaders. There is a saying, I'd rather be defended by a herd of deer led by a lion than a herd of lions led by a deer. Watch in your own life and you'll see that without leaders, we have nothing. By leaders, I mean a man or a woman who has the strength, the understanding, the knowledge, and the will to say, aloud or silently, but with confidence, follow me. We typically think of our military leaders as leaders, but in reality, our leaders will be the men and women we see every day making consequential decisions in businesses, schools, and hospitals, or commitments in a church or synagogue, or it could be in debates on policies or budgets, could be directing a public office, or solving problems, making plans in your own home. It will come. Good leadership is needed all over the world, and we bear witness all over the world to the cost of its absence today. One leader who comes to my mind from my experience is a man named Jack Kemp. He's passed away. You might remember Jack Kemp as the star quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, or maybe as the 18-year congressman from New York, the one who, as they say, taught Reaganomics to Reagan, or as the United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. He was often referred to as a, quote, bleeding heart conservative. Two famous authors you may have heard, Morton Kondracki and Fred Barnes, wrote a book about him and his remarkable career. Unofficially, it was subtitled, The Greatest Man Who Never Was President. Jack also wrote several books himself, mostly in economics and politics, including one well-known called An American Renaissance. Jack Kemp was the quintessential leader, in my opinion. Jack loved everybody. They say that nobody doesn't like someone, but nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee. Do you remember that? Well, nobody didn't like Jack Kemp. He had no enemies. I remember him as a trusted friend with a vigorous mind who was always carrying a book to read in his many travels and always asking questions. Jack Kemp was always asking questions, a brilliant man, always asking to anyone about anything. I believe that a vigorous curiosity and love of knowledge, including asking questions, is the indispensable quality of a good leader. In the Army, they say the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. And I believe that's generally true. So we can forgive, for example, these unwitting questions that were actually asked by educated lawyers in an official legal proceedings. One asked this question to the doctor on the stand. Now, doctor, isn't it true that when a person dies in his sleep, in most cases he just passes away quietly and doesn't know anything about it until the next morning? Here's another lawyer asked, was it you or your brother that was killed in the war? Another asked, I show you Exhibit 3 and ask you if you recognize that picture. The witness said, that's me. The lawyer said, were you present when that picture was taken? And here's one more. This was the question to the coroner. He said, do you recall approximately the time that you examined the body of Mr. Edgington? That was the man's name. He said, it was in the evening. The autopsy started at about 8:30 p.m. Question, and Mr. Edgington was dead at the time. Is that correct? Answer, no, you stupid idiot. He was sitting on the table wondering why I was performing the autopsy. It's funny, but those probably were stupid questions. Similarly, I'm somewhat amused but fairly concerned when I read reports such as these. In a survey of college students a few years ago, almost 10% named Judge Judy as a member of the Supreme Court. In another, a large percentage of high school graduates thought that Andrew Jackson was one of Michael Jackson's brothers. In another one, 22% of Americans could name all 5 members of the Simpsons, but only 1 in 1,000 could name the 5 freedoms guaranteed against government intrusion by the First Amendment, which, of course, as you all know, freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition for redress of grievances. And in 1982, 60% of Americans had read a novel in 1982. In 2015, it was 43% had read a novel. I wonder what the number would be now. There's no telling. I'm afraid that for far too many Americans, their knowledge of history extends only to the names of their grandparents. They are not likely leaders. As we gather today with thoughts and dreams of the abundant, happy opportunities for which you have been preparing for these years, I also envision the misty mantle of responsibility settling over your young shoulders, drawn by the imminent call of upcoming duty. Duty to your friends, to your neighbors, to your country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a serious business which we enter today, which you enter today. Let me paint 2 pictures of serious business. It was on April 22nd, 2023, that I ordered the flags on the State House lowered to half-staff from sunrise to sunset. This is an honor given by our state only to those who have greatly distinguished themselves and our state in their service, valor, and achievement. That is, those who have answered when duty called, as it will call you. The 13 men being recognized that day had fallen in the early morning light in a battle. It was a fierce battle which took place on Wednesday, August 16th, 1780, in the pine forest of Camden, South Carolina, in the Revolutionary War. In this battle of Britain's southern campaign, 3,700 patriots faced 2,230 British soldiers, and total victory was claimed by the well-armed and well-disciplined British soldiers. 1,000 untrained, starving, and inexperienced patriots fell, some as young as 14 and 15. As the surviving patriots abandoned the field, the British attempted to bury their own dead with some semblance of discipline and honor. The Americans were left, on the other hand, in shallow, haphazard trenches beneath only inches of soil. This battle produced the largest loss of life in the Revolutionary War in Camden, South Carolina. 243 years later, the day I spoke of, metal buttons and musket balls detected under the surface led archaeologists to the graves of 14 men, one carefully placed British soldier, one Native American, one Loyalist, and 11 patriots. A decision was made by someone. All had given their lives in battle for their countrymen, and all were deserving of honorable interment, that is, a funeral service. The Catawba Nation would commemorate their fallen warrior. America and Great Britain would do the same. Thus, that day, as the caissons rolled in and the wooden caskets were carefully carried to rest that clear April day, martial chords drifted upward, drums snared, and beat a slow, muffled march. The silence of the 2,000 or so respectful souls gathered there, young and old, men and women from young and far, was broken only by the mournful strain of the bagpipes and the sad farewell of the bugler's taps, and finally by the ricocheting echoes of the American 21-gun salute. 1,000 tall pines stood there, witness to it all, perhaps commemorating the others fallen in that battle, not recovered, long ago. These were those who answered when duty called and followed their leaders. Another picture. Maybe more likely you've seen the movie Saving Private Ryan. It was a great movie. It was based on a true story of Private Fritz Nyland of the 501st Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 101st Airborne Division and the Allied landing at Normandy during World War II, otherwise known as D-Day, which was June 6, 1944. The film by Steven Spielberg was so realistic that the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs established a national hotline for veterans to call about emotional distress from the movie. Emotional distress from the movie. They had been at D-Day. In the movie, Captain John H. Miller, played by Tom Hanks, led a group of Army Rangers to find and retrieve Private James Francis Ryan, who was played by Matt Damon, and send him home following the death of his 3 brothers on that same D-Day. Only Captain Miller's remarkable leadership held those soldiers together, despite ferocious encounters with German troops and casualties, until they located Private Ryan. But then, instead of attempting to find their way back to safety behind the lines, what did they do? Duty called, and they joined Ryan's small, raggedy band of desperate paratroopers and made their stand against the oncoming attack in Ramel, a fictitious French town. As the seconds and the enemy closed in, and with annihilation certain, Army and Air Force reinforcements arrived just in the nick of time to turn the battle, but not before Captain Miller was mortally wounded. His last raspy, exhausted words to Ryan were, "Earn this." Truly, it is a compelling scene, and though it's fiction, such incidents have taken place thousands of times in warfare and countless other times through sacrifices made by men and women known and unknown to us, celebrated and obscure, including those who fell in Camden on that day. But over the centuries, they built this country and brought us to where we and you stand today in this beautiful city, in this wonderful country. It was costly, it was painful, but they did it. As we celebrate here today, battlefields are likely the furthest things from anybody's minds. Yet, as Plato said in ancient Greece, only the dead have seen the end of war. Thus, to avoid war, we must prepare for war, and that will require leadership, and that will have to come from you. Back to our patriots for a moment. Those boys and men who survived the Battle of Camden and others, did I leave you wondering what happened to them? Well, as you may know, as we're approaching the 250th anniversary of the Revolutionary War, they endured, good leadership coalesced, and everything changed. Their stubborn resistance continued, producing overwhelming and demoralizing defeats in South Carolina for the British, at Kings Mountain on October 7, 1780, and Cowpens in South Carolina on January 17, 1781. Mighty, the greatest military power in the world, mighty Great Britain, realized that the Southern campaign was in defeat and exhausted, and that, ladies and gentlemen, the war was over. We Americans simply would not quit fighting. British officer Bloody Bannister Tarleton, which you see depicted in the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot, explained in exasperation, "As for this damned fox," referring to Francis Marion, "the devil himself could not catch him." End of quote. I imagine that every British officer would recite the names of Generals Francis Marion, Thomas Sumter, Andrew Pickens, and Daniel Morgan, and others until his end, just as the citizens of Charleston would never forget the sight of 130 British warships removing over 10,000 British soldiers in retreat from the Charleston harbor in December of 1782. This story of South Carolina is a powerful inspiration, historic story to celebrate. It is a story of courage, determination, sacrifice, and leadership. So here we are on a beautiful Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. You have been given the best thing civilization can give. You have been given a magnificent, unique country of liberty and freedom. And now, in addition, you've been given an education with which you can open every door. You have begun lifelong friendships and have strengthened your family. Your youth gives you the power of energy and the luxury of time. You should face your future with enormous confidence. You should never hear yourself say, "I cannot do it." Why? Because someone is going to have to do it. Whatever it is, someone is going to have to lead. Y'all may have heard the story that Congressman Jim Clyburn tells when he was a young man, or a very young man, a boy. He was riding with his father. There was a big limb down in the tree in the road after a storm. And as they were approaching it, he looked at his father and said, "Somebody's going to have to move that limb." His father said, "Aren't you somebody?" He moved the limb. You just heard what some others have done in strenuous circumstances. Someone must always be the leader in all things, great and small. Leaders ask questions. The question I want to ask you today, I want you to ask yourself is, why not me? Why not me? You can do it. Be a leader. There was a French poem. He said, come to the edge, but we were afraid. He said, come to the edge, and we came. And he pushed us, and we flew. There's a leader in you waiting to wake up, waiting to climb, waiting to excel. So ask yourself, why not me? And be a leader. And on your way to the top, there's some magic words I'd like you to hear yourself say. They are please, thank you, you're welcome, I love you, and amen. Congratulations.
At this time, I would like to invite to the podium Miss Jocelyn Tucker Kane, a graduate student, to offer the response from the senior class.
Good morning. I wanted to take a moment to thank each of you who has helped make today possible. To our families, thank you for your constant support, patience, and encouragement. Your sacrifices and belief in us kept us going, especially on the hardest days. To our friends, thank you for cheering us on, listening when we needed to vent, and celebrating every milestone along the way. To our professors, thank you for challenging us, guiding us, and pushing us to grow. Your dedication to our success shaped the learners and professionals we are becoming. And to my fellow graduating students, thank you for showing up, working hard, and supporting one another through this journey. Your resilience and determination are a big part of why we're all standing here today. Each of you has been instrumental in this moment, and we're here today because of your influence, encouragement, and accomplishments along the way. Thank you. Standing here today feels both humbling and surreal. It's a moment we've all dreamed about, worked for, and sometimes doubted we'd ever reach. But every late night, every long day, and every obstacle brought us to this very moment, and today we can proudly say we did it. When we reflect on our time here at Columbia College, the true meaning of this journey isn't found solely in the classes we've completed, the papers we wrote, or even the degrees we earned. It lies in the environment that shaped us and the people who walked beside us along the way. Whether we began our studies fresh out of high school, returned after years away, or balanced our education with work and family, each of us started with both excitement and uncertainty. But that uncertainty quickly gave way to belonging. From the very beginning, we were met with encouragement from professors who believed in our potential, classmates who became our friends, and a community that reminded us that education has no boundaries. Columbia College became more than an institution. It became a family that taught us perseverance, resilience, and the power of believing in ourselves. For me, that belief was strengthened by my advisor, Dr. Tracy Dingle. From our very first meeting, she saw something in me that I had not yet recognized. Her guidance and the encouragement that so many of us have received from mentors, friends, and loved ones reminded me that sometimes others see our light before we can see it in ourselves. And it is through their faith in us that we find the courage to keep going. Today, as we stand together, ready to take the next step, we do so with hearts full of gratitude, pride, and faith. Grateful for every challenge that shaped us, proud of every obstacle we've overcome, and faithful that every moment of this journey has prepared us for the purpose that lies ahead. If there's one lesson I've learned through it all, it's this: it's never too late to go back to school. It's never too late to start again, to chase your dreams, or to rewrite your story. Whether you're 18 or 81, learning has no age limit, and it's never too late to grow, to change, or to believe in yourself again. I want to share a little about my own path to this moment. Right after high school, I went to college, but it just wasn't the right time for me. I stepped away and spent years exploring different careers, trying to figure out, excuse me, who I was and what direction I wanted to go. Eventually, I realized that I wanted to be a role model for my kids and create better opportunities for myself. In 2020, I made the decision to start over and enrolled at Midlands Technical College to begin my college journey again. In 2024, I proudly graduated right here from Columbia College with my bachelor's degree, and today I'm standing here celebrating earning my master's degree. But I didn't make it here alone. I was supported every step of the way by my amazing wife, Tia, who has been my constant source of love and encouragement. To my mom and dad, thank you for your unwavering belief in me and for always reminding me of my strength. And to my family as a whole, thank you for standing by me through every late night, every study session, and every moment of doubt. Your love and support made this moment possible, and I share this achievement with you all. To my fellow graduates, each of us has our own story of determination. Some of us balance work and family. Others face challenges that tested our boundaries. But through it all, we never gave up, and that's something to be incredibly proud of. As we move forward, let's remember what Columbia College has taught us, the 4 C's: courage, commitment, confidence, and competence. To the professors who guided us, the staff who supported us, and the families and friends who stood beside us, thank you for being a part of our journey. And to the class of 2025, take pride in how far you've come and have faith in how far you'll go. The world is waiting for your leadership, compassion, and courage. And always remember our motto: non quem sed quid. Not who, but what. Congratulations, graduates. We made it. Go Koalas. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Dr. Kristen Wilson, who will give the Alumni Challenge to our graduates. Dr. Wilson serves as the president of the Alumni Council and is a graduate of the class of 2017.
Good morning. Today is such a big day. So look around, breathe it in, take it in, and cherish this moment. Because today is the day that you will begin your journey as a graduate of Columbia College. So congratulations. Moving forward from this celebration, you will find yourself always in good company, surrounded by a family that has an eternal bond as Columbia College Koalas. Your class has contributed hard work, leadership, integrity, and dedication, and you should be so proud of all you accomplished. Please know that your legacy that you leave behind as you leave her hallowed halls will always remain, and will always welcome you back to campus with open arms. So make sure you come back. As your Columbia College Association president, I am pleased to welcome each of you in as our newest members to the Alumni Association. As you become members today, I hope that in the future, you will continue to plant seeds for future generations of Columbia College students and remind them of our rich heritage since our founding in 1854. Be proud of your new alma mater, because we are so proud of you. And when you move out throughout life, you'll notice that you'll encounter Columbia College graduates and you'll make instant connections. So make sure you commit to those connections and you cultivate those connections and cherish those connections, because they really can serve you well throughout life. And they'll create some of the most treasured memories that you can create. I know it has for me. You've worked so hard for your success today, and we look forward to all that you will accomplish in the future. And we look forward to hearing from you so that we can know what you accomplished. So please reach back and let us know. I hope Columbia College will always hold a special place in your heart, as it does for me. And I'm honored to stand before you today to congratulate you again and wish you the best in all your future endeavors. So you, class of 2025, please welcome to our Columbia College alumni family.
We are at the point of the program that everyone has been anxiously awaiting: the presentation of diplomas. At this time, I would ask that Interim Provost Dr. Jeff Bowe to come forward to present the candidates for their master's degrees. Our President, Dr. John Dozier, will award the degrees, and the hooding of the master's candidates will be done by the program directors. Just as a reminder, we respectfully request that you remain in your seats to take photos, and please do not use flash photography. We do have professional photographers on site.
A very important list right there. Again, congratulations to all of you sitting up here. For all of you sitting back and the hundreds of thousands live streaming, thank you for what you've done to help these new graduates get here today. None of them got here without your help. With somebody whose name is only 4 letters long and I would think easy to pronounce, I remember very well my daughter's look of unhappiness when the person mispronounced her name in a large auditorium. So I will do the best I can to respect your names and get them correct. But if I do mess it up, I personally apologize for that. I know how important that is. And with that said, deep breath. Let's get the part we're all here for today. Will the candidates of the master's degrees please stand? Mr. President, these students have satisfied all the requirements for the degree. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I present them to you in the order that you may confer upon them the master's degree.
Thank you, Dr. Bowe. Because you have satisfied the requirements of the degree, have been recommended by the faculty, and have been approved by the Board of Trustees, by the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Columbia College, it's my pleasure to confer upon each of you a master's degree with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
Master of Arts in Criminal Justice, Mark E. Moore. While our group gets in place. Mark E. Moore. Jocelyn M. Tucker Kane. Hampton Ross West. Master of Arts in Healthcare Administration, Michaela Destiny Barron. Noelle Lane Black. Lenidra Denise Brown. Lenora Denise Cohen Moore. Michaela Matrell Johnson. Danielle Charmaine Rivers. Kenzie Renee Talent. Next up will be Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Lante Shaquille Demond Green. Ainsley McCabe Hope. Vashonda R. King. Meredith Hope Kinney. Shakira Marche Lozano. Kirsten Hope Stribble. Stacy M. Weaver. For the degree Masters of Business Administration. Latamia Salida, Doctor. Deasia Nichelle George. Tracy Delaney Lee. Kylie Lauren Smith. Now for the degree of Master of Education, Educational Leadership and Administration. Diedrich L. Bonds. Rebecca Suzanne Evans. Kizzy Staley Gibson. Irma Wilson Gomillion. Hannah Paige Grimm. In absentia. Olivia Loyens. Karen Sue Marrero. Benjamin Gary Nelson. Keisha Nicole Randall. Michelle Shackelford. Rushiro Monet Smiling. Devontae L. Thompson, in absentia. Tamara Marie Tucker. Now for the Masters of Education in Higher Education Administration. Jana Chastain Barnes. Danielle Monique Dix. Leigh Whitaker Lanford. Now for the degree of Master of Education in Innovation and Divergent Learning. Shelley Fox Ard. Logan Simone Clarkson. Emily Rose Cokerham. Kira Nicole Cooper. Cheryl Karen Davis. Geraldine Faith DeFrank. Jacqueline L. Dresch. Jaleisha Vaishon Ferguson. Holly Garza. Sophia L. Guida. Tanya Pierrette Herbert. Leslie Ann Alicia Jones. Tiana Chanel Knowles. Nakia Atis Leslie. Natasha Nicole McCarthan. Josephine Nicole McMillian. Amy Elizabeth Penfield. Nikishpa Ponyang. Jennifer Rivera. Katie Elizabeth Schroet. Deja Sierra Smith. Calandra Stokes Wright. Lakeishion Andrea Taylor. Andrea Vaughn. Micah D. Vaughn. Tiffany Nicole Walls. Jamie Lynn Webb. Noelle Christine Yingling. Moving to our Master of Education in Trauma-Informed Education. Crystal Argumido. Misty Nicole Beck. Shelby Elizabeth Branch. Emily Louise Brown. In abstention. Kamama Jamise Kenzader. Cassie Dills. Jessica Tyvon Flowers. Ari George. Eileen M. Hall. Rion Destiny Howell. Christopher James Hudson. Brittany L. Hughes. Javon Jacoby James. Randy Elise Kincaid. In abstention. Marilyn Kopas. Dakota Cheyenne Lawhorn. In abstention. Laquana Lee. Christy Marie McVeigh, in abstention. Kevin Patrick Powers. Annette Rodriguez Espinosa. Matthew S. Shepard. Jessica Lynn Tajman, in absentia. Stacy Christine Torres Baxter, in absentia. Shaina Alcion Moet Williams. Khadijah Kai Williams. Our master's degree award recipients today. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degrees please stand? Bachelor's degrees. Yeah. I said bachelor's? Mr. President, these students have satisfied all the requirements for the bachelor's degree. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I present to you them in order that you may confer upon them the bachelor's degree.
Thank you, Dr. Bowe. Because you have satisfied the requirements of the degree, have been recommended by the faculty, and have been approved by the Board of Trustees, by the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Columbia College, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
Bachelor of Arts degree, Daniel Nicole Anderson. Kalila Nolani Okira Ashley, in absentia. Next. Kayla Charmel Atkins, in absentia. That's your Nakia? Okay, so next. Okay, so this. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. Kayla Charmel Atkins, magna cum laude. Nicholas Kayshawn Avant. Justin Adam Ayer. Charlene Barnes. Tanisha Mercedes Basquette, summa cum laude. Nataviana Luisa Bastian, cum laude. In absentia. How about Michaela Alexis Louise Baxley. Abby Evans Beaton. In absentia. Victoria LaShawn Belton. In absentia. Kimberly Nicole Bowman, summa cum laude. Stacy Elizabeth Brigman, in absentia. Alvin Devon Brown. Destiny Brianna Brown. Anea Brechet Canty. Shania Carr. Melissa Catledge, magna cum laude. Kimberly Chavez, in absentia. Candace Cole, summa cum laude. Cameron Mia Davis. Rebecca Joyce Durant. Kelsey Donice Edwards. Lucy Catherine Ellisor, cum honore. Juanita Michelle Farley, magna cum laude. Brittany Gamble. Candace Nicole George. Anatalia Marie Gibbons, summa cum laude and cum honore. Melissa Jasmine Gladden. Jennifer Hannah Goff. Angelina Gregory, cum laude. Kayla Alexis Griffin. Tiffany Bernada Griffin. Shayla K. Hall, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Grace Hamby, summa cum laude. Courtney Danielle Hampton. Brianna Morgan Harris, summa cum laude. Marsha Deanna Hill. Naya Hill. Mystify Marie Honstein. Scott William Iono. Sarah Grace Jeffords. Brianna Michelle Joe. Ashley Sherelle Jones, magna cum laude. Kayla Renee Court, magna cum laude. Alyssa Michelle Labshire. Cameron Lawson. In absentia. Andrew J. League, magna cum laude. Brittany Noel Lightsey, cum laude. Christopher Lingerfeld, magna cum laude. Zakayla Jory Lohman. Ryan Austin Lord. Stacy Rochelle Bradley Mack. Nikki Weimer Martin. Ikra Mashrek. Megan Denise Maxwell, cum laude. Robert McEachard. Brian McKnight, in absentia. Elizabeth Ann McElroy, magna cum laude. Yvette Cherylee Mercado. Corrine Miles, cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Miles. Janelle Angelica Morales. Sybil Mosley. Sayani Moscasco, in absentia. Fiona Ann Murray, cum laude. Jakia Shiante Ori. Nysa Ann Patrick. Nisa and Patrick. Sorry about that.
Congratulations. Got the fan club out there.
Candace Passion Pinkney. Carson Lynn Price. Lanaya Dujour Rayford, summa cum laude. Candace Ritchie, in absentia. Amber Brianne Rogers, cum laude. Alexis Salazar.
Great job.
Hayden Ruth Scudder. Brandy Marie Sherman, magna cum laude. Morgan Zion Shippey. Tanisha Lachette Simmons, magna cum laude. Ebony D. Simmons. Emmanuel Akeem Sip, summa cum laude. Adaya Monette Smalls. Ashley Nicole Sobchak, magna cum laude. Jasmine Charisse Stanford Cook, magna cum laude. Anna Lucille Stewart, in absentia. Contessa LaChoya Tate.
Congratulations. Well done.
Latasha Renea Teasdale. Deontay Nathaniel Thompson.
There you go, Latasha. Congratulations.
Sarah Lynn Todd.
Great job.
Caroline Victoria Uzzolino. Haley Nicole von Valkenburg, magna cum laude. Christina Marie Violante, in absentia. MacArthur Washington, Jr. Kristen Janelle Weber. Kennedy Japal Whaley. Thomas Jacoby Whitley. Benjamin Michael Whitmore, magna cum laude. Derek Tyrone Williams. Michaela Corlicia Williams, magna cum laude. Roderick Anthony Williams, Jr. Sierra N. Wins. Matthew Drexel Wooten. Now to the Bachelor of Science degrees.
Here you go, Matthew.
Anthony Darrell Gilliam. Jose Miguel Gonzalez, Jr., magna cum laude. Camilla Janae Huey. Tiana Leteri Johnson. Julie Ann Lemon Scruggs. Brian Martin Stewart, summa cum laude. Bailey K. Strickland. Melanie Valentine, cum laude. At this time, I'd like to present to you the graduates of this December 2025 commencement.
What a beautiful day. Graduates of December 2025. Before I speak with you directly, I want to take a moment to recognize and acknowledge some folks that made this day possible. Would our faculty please stand? You know, our faculty have done far more than just deliver lectures, grades, and/or assignments. They've listened, challenged, mentored, and stood by these students with both high expectations and deep care. Faculty, your impact reaches well beyond the classroom and will live on through every graduate here today. Would our staff and administration please stand? You all have welcomed students into their residence halls, registered them for courses, helped navigate life's messy moments, and created a campus that feels like home. So much of what makes Columbia College work is because of our faculty, our staff, and administrators. And finally, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, friends, and all those who stood by our graduates, would you please stand and be recognized? I thank all of y'all, because you have not just supported your graduates, but you've had faith in them. You believed in them, even through the tough seasons. You cheered for them when the path wasn't clear. And now, because that belief, they're here, and you are as much a part of their story as they are. Graduates, I want you to look around. You didn't get here alone, and you don't go forward alone either. You now join a long line of Columbia College graduates who are trailblazers, change makers, healers, artists, educators, and advocates. This institution was founded, of course, in 1854, and from the very beginning, it has endured. It has endured fire, war, financial hardship, a pandemic, and each time we rose again, and every time we did, we became more focused, more rooted, and more determined to meet the moment with courage and hope. That story of resilience now resides in you. You have persevered through your own set of challenges, some visible and some not, and yet here you are. You're prepared, equipped, and ready to step into what's next. You're not only graduating, you're rising, and we are so very proud of you. Our college seal, which now is marked on your diploma, is more than a decorative emblem. It carries meaning that I hope will stay with each of you. At the base of the seal is an open Bible, a symbol of our commitment to nurturing the spiritual well-being of our community and to serving something greater than ourselves. Above it rests the lamp of learning, an ancient Greek symbol that calls us to keep seeking wisdom and truth wherever it leads. And behind them both is a scroll, the foundation of the liberal arts, reminding us to think broadly, ask deeper questions, and explore the full complexity of the world. And at the center of it, we find our motto, non quem sed quid, which means, that didn't sound confident. It means, that's absolutely right. And that's at the heartbeat of Columbia College. We do not measure people by their wealth or by their status. We measure them by what they do, how they show up, how they give, how they lead, and how they serve. So today I charge you with this. Let the resilience that brought you to this moment continue to carry you. Let the wisdom you've gained here be more than information. Let it become transformation. Wherever you go, strive to make your corner of the world better because you were there. Let your work, your words, and your presence reflect what Columbia College has poured into you. And before I do the big thing, I also want to acknowledge our First Lady, Victoria Dozier. Victoria, would you please stand? It truly does take a village, and my village starts and ends with her, and so I appreciate you being here. Graduates, will you do me the honor of please standing? The tradition of moving the tassel from the right side of the graduation cap to the left symbolizes the official conferral of a degree or completion of an academic program. Initially, the tassel is placed on the right to indicate a candidate's status. After the degrees are conferred, the graduates move their tassels from left to the left, signifying their new status as graduates. So together, on the count of three, please move your tassels from right to left. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Columbia College class of 2025. We're proud of you. We believe in you. Now go and make the world a better place. Now, I made a bargain. I struck a bargain with the class before graduation exercises started, and we're going to put this to the test for one last time because this might be the last time that you're all together in this way ever again. Let's hear, well, to be fair, I asked them, what sound does a koala make? Does anyone in the audience, parents, family, do you know what sound a koala makes? I'm not about to make it because it is not necessarily appealing and there are far too many cameras in here. But we do know that we can say go koala loud and proud. So on the count of three, please, let's give a big go koala. 1, 2, 3. Class, we're proud of you. We believe in you. Go and make the world a better place for all. Thank you. You'll be seated.
I'm back up for a second. Yep. And now please welcome Dr. Diana Amos to the stage to lead us in the singing of the Alma Mater. Please stand and join us.
We sing the praise of her we love. We lift on high her name in song, bright as the gleaming stars above. Columbia, Mother great and strong, she who has been shall ever be, wise, good, and true eternally. No stain shall touch the purity of our Columbia College.
This has been a beautiful celebration, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice, we shall rejoice, we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Graduates, family, friends, let nothing steal your joy today. Let nothing that happened earlier or nothing that will happen the rest of the day steal your joy. Carry this joy with you throughout the rest of the season. So as we prepare to leave this place of celebration, may the God of all wisdom go before you. May grace surround you. May courage rise within you. And may hope anchor you in every new beginning. As you leave this place today, walk in peace and walk in power, knowing that your steps are ordered by the Lord. And as you take those steps, know with every step that you have the courage to step up, the commitment to step in, the confidence to step out, and the competence to step back, reflect, and learn, and continuously elevate your effectiveness. God bless you, and amen.
In conclusion of our commencement ceremony, we are thankful for all of you for joining us today to celebrate these students. Graduates, we are so proud of you, each and every one of you, and we look forward to hearing about all your accomplishments. Folks, we ask you that you please remain standing until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have exited the hall. There will be opportunities to take photos with your graduate in the lobby and in the garden area around the corner as you exit to your left.